Next up, I'm pleased to say that we have Lee Millard's presentation, The Use of Statistics for Awareness. Lee is a terrific contributor to the M&D Association, so great to have you here at the Alliance meeting today, Lee.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. As you can tell, I have MND, ALS. My voice is affected. However, today I'm going to tell you a little story about statistics. I will also put some subtitles up to help whenever my voice is perhaps a little jaded. Firstly, I'm going to tell you a bit of history with mystery and confusion. And then I'm going to talk about the great use of statistics in awareness. I will then cover some other statistics, and finally I will cover some good news statistics. So let's go back in time, back to 2014, before my diagnosis. Incidentally, in those 6 years, over 12,000 people in the UK have died from MND. So going back before my diagnosis, what exactly did I think of MND? Well, I thought it was very, very rare. It wouldn't happen to me. And probably cancer or heart disease might strike first. I did think it was very rare, along with the public. And perhaps almost a lost cause. And certainly the websites around the globe and the government statistics highlighted that it was rare by quoting 2 in 100,000 may develop the disease, so it definitely appeared rare. But then came a revelation to me. It was during my second opinion with an eminent professor. I agreed I had MND, and I asked him, what was the chance of our son developing MND? I was somewhat surprised by his answer. He said, only, it's only about the same chance as the general population, 1 in 300 to 1 in 400. So why did we think it was rare? We were using a very, very complicated and technical statistics known as the incidence stat. I will let you have a look at my blog, 1in300.com, to understand the real detail. But inadvertently, this meant that we were hiding the real impact of MND and ALS. So much so that I hope to show today, and if you read my blog, that the incidence statistics should be confined to the dustbin, at least for awareness. let's look at a bit more detail. The lifetime risk of MND is 1 in 300, approximately. Now that is a very powerful statistic, easily understood by all, and used by other diseases as well. And it also really highlights, wow, the impact of a disease which has very low incidence but such an awful prognosis. I.e., only very few people are living at any one time, so it appears rare. So back in 2015, I embarked upon a mini campaign with the MNDA in the UK to get the lifetime statistics used more. And as you see from their website, it's now front and center of their statistics and awareness. And also I include IMALS here, for they use the statistic as well in the USA. But just how do we use this statistic of lifetime risk? Well, it's as easy as it sounds. Just 1 in 300. Put that into context, over 200,000 of those alive today in the UK will develop MND in their lifetimes. In the USA, it's over 650,000. That's a city, if you put everyone in one place, the size of Las Vegas. And the other uses, 3 children in average school will develop MND, and 2 members of the British Parliament that are sitting now. I will just touch on the other stats that are used in our disease and other figures that are quoted. I won't go into much detail. You can see them all on the screen here. Be very careful when using prevalence, unless you really make the point that it's only that low because of the severe prognosis. And I'm very wary of using the every X minutes someone is diagnosed. It can be misinterpreted. Whereas the lifetime risk cannot be. And finally, I promise some good news statistics. On this slide you will see 2 facts that are really making a huge difference. Every 4 years at the moment, the number of genes discovered associated with MND are doubling. This acceleration is marvelous, for it contains the secret of our disease. And we are also at a time when there haven't been more trials and drugs in our pipeline. It's very exciting, and I can say now firmly the MND is not a lost cause.
hopefully you can you hear me okay? I'm just yes, that's it. I can see my
I can hear you okay.
Thanks, Lee. Thank you for that. As always, Lee, your presentation's always very high production value, which is always great. And maybe we can make that available for the attendees to have a read through at some point after this session. Important to get this right, of course, and which can be used for so many different purposes. And it's great that we've got the statistics on our website right now as well, which is wonderful. We've had one question already for you, Lee, which I think our Executive Director, Kathy Cummings, will help to field the questions, if that's okay. And the first question is, if there is one message for you, if there is one message you want to be taken from your talk, Lee, what would it be?
So Lee's answer to the question, which he's asked me to help read out, is that he would like everyone to stop using incidence statistics for awareness. They're damaging our cause by underplaying the impact of our disease. And the use of 1 in 300 on all public-facing websites would be the ideal.
Excellent. Just seeing if there's any more questions. There's a comment, really important message about disease not being rare, Lee. Yeah.
If there's any other question, please just ask them on the chat. I will respond, or I will send the answer to Kathy.
Thanks so much, Lee. And thank you for the time and effort of putting that presentation together and being here today. So lots of kudos in the chat there for that presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.